Top stories for today consist of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds losing out on millions of dollars due to a third-party website shutting down, as well as Mega Man X collection bosses being renamed, the failure of Mass Effect being blamed on Zelda's success. All in today's episode of News You Missed, the video game news show that recaps what happened this week in the video game industry that might be important to you and the video game industry at large. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to jump right into the news and divulge Capcom ditching Guns N' Roses bosses' names for the Mega Man X collection. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in this, you'll be able to notice that there's some pretty unique boss names in the Mega Man X series, and a lot of the inspiration comes from Guns N' Roses. Oddly enough, they're big fans of Guns N' Roses over there, the developers. I like Guns N' Roses too, you know what I'm saying? Take me home to the Paradise City, right? Everyone knows Guns N' Roses. If you don't, you definitely should check into it. Well, basically, they're changing around the names because they want it to be more congruent with the Japanese names of the series, trying to unify the series. I kind of feel like it has something to do more with the potential for a future legal lawsuit happening. Like, for example, why are you using our band names as your bosses? I don't know. I don't really think that that would even be a case, but maybe there's someone who's a little overly paranoid there. There's also a lot of references to Guns N' Roses throughout the Mega Man series, as well as metal and rock. I mean, it's in the music. It's really, really good music. But if you go ahead and look at a few stages from Mega Man and compare them to Guns N' Roses songs or various metal band songs, you will see what I'm talking about. I'll play one right here. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to see this happening, ladies and gentlemen, and this makes an argument for playing the originals because you wouldn't know the original boss names unless you played the originals. What do you think about making minor changes like this in remasters, ports, and collections? You let me know in the comments down below. So Metal Gear Solid Snake, Naked Snake, and Raiden join up in Super Bomberman R. This is really crazy because David Hayter voices the Snakes as well. Apparently you can play a game mode on the mother base on the game itself with these characters, so that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know what to think about this. What do you guys think about Konami slowly trickling themselves back into the gaming industry? You let me know in the comments below. There's a guide for the fastest way to level up in Pokemon Go, and it basically goes like this. Get a raid pass, go raid with a lucky egg on, rinse and repeat. But with gifts being put into the game, I have to say leveling up friendship levels is probably going to be a very easy way to grind up levels as well. If you haven't played Pokemon Go, not even one time, definitely try it out. I'm telling you, it's not hard to get into the game. It's not hard to level up. You'll have a good time. Once you reach the higher levels, it becomes hard, but if you have never played it before, you won't have a problem leveling up for a while. So, Pokemon Quest is also available on Android and iOS, which is pretty good because a lot of people absolutely love Pokemon Quest. It was originally only available for the Nintendo Switch with the promise that it's coming later on. I don't know if this would be better or worse on the iOS because you don't actually have physical controls, but I'm sure a lot of people out there definitely would love to try it out. It's a free-to-play game, so once again, you can kind of play it if you want to. It's kind of a mix of Pokemon Rumble meets Minecraft with a little bit of recipe and crafting in it. So The Sims is very infamous for unique patch notes, and there's another set of patch notes for The Sims. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to highlight some of the best ones. Sims were hosting pool parties in winter, and their guests were freezing to death. The welcome wagon will no longer hide their fruitcake gifts for themselves. Sims won't try to drink so much during the party. Yeah, we fixed your Sims. They won't become alcoholics now when they go to a party. This game is very infamous for patch notes, so check into previous patch notes. You'll have a good laugh. Overwatch trolls are losing. This is a comprehensive article about how Overwatch trolls are losing. I absolutely loathe how people tout and champion, yeah, we're beating the trolls, we're beating bad guys, toxicity is being defeated online, yay! When in reality, all you're doing is creating a ground where a lot of people are going to be extremely afraid to actually speak their mind and say what they feel. Because based upon the fact that they can be reported and it can be subjectively viewed as someone trolling, especially if they do something consistently. Maybe you're a little kid and you spam up something and you don't really mean to, but then you get banned, and it creates a sense of fear when you're playing a game that really shouldn't be there. I don't really play Overwatch anymore because I'm very, very tired of the overcompensation for the toxicity that exists there. This is a multiplayer game. If you have a problem with toxicity, don't get on the headset and try to avert your eyes from the chat. That's the best advice I can give you. But to say that you're winning against the trolls will always exist. You'll never win against them. There will be new trolls. There are new generations of people coming about, and they're not going to disappear, ever. So, player-known battlegrounds skin traders lose $1 million in value after a trading site is shut down. This is due to the fact that player-known battlegrounds, the corporation behind it, as well as Steam, want their cut in being able to trade and sell items. So if you have a third-party site might be shutting them out from their own cut, which is why they ended up shutting down things like CSGO gambling. There's not much to this story other than an individual over on Reddit named I am not on Reddit at work ran down a list of exactly what it was. The estimation was around 964,243 player-known battleground skins, which is a total of over $1 million. That's quite a lot of money. They said that they could restore this if they wanted to, but it was highly unlikely. So there you go, digital currency and digital goods. Never a good thing to get involved in. A lot of people probably real upset now. So Sony tries to buy more time with PlayStation 4's Fortnite account debacle, the crossplay situation. Quote, we're hearing it. That's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. They tell Eurogamer, and this was in regards to the crossplay situation. She said, we're looking at a lot of the possibilities. You can imagine circumstances around that affect a lot more than just one game. I'm confident that we'll get to a solution which will be understood and accepted by our gaming community while at the same time supporting the business. So there you go. They're a business. It's going to take time for them to come around and realize that crossplay is not the end of the world. But how long will it take? Good question. So I want to close on this, ladies and gentlemen. Young Yeah, I've always talked about him. He did a story. Anthem producer blames Zelda for Andromeda's failure. You guys know Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, so without going too deep into the story, I just want to cover it because there's still stuff coming out. The individual is trying to clarify their points and backpedal. But let's be serious, okay? You can't blame another game series for the failure of your game. Because if you blame them, then someone is going to simply ask, why did you release your game in the timetable that game was out? Why would you do that? Because that's really, really dumb. For a lot of companies, they don't release their games in the November time period because a lot of big hitter releases release then. Battlefield, Call of Duty, a lot of Nintendo games get released then. There's big consoles that are revealed then. So a lot of people don't have a lot of money and they're forced to decide on one or two games instead of buying their game. It means that there's a lot more competition. So why would you sit there and blame Zelda for your game's problem and failure? There's a lot of other games that fail and they don't end up blaming Zelda, so why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. After Mass Effect 3's train wreck of an ending, I mean, it's a failure, man. That ending was awful to a long-running series. A lot of fans were pretty upset. And hey, let's not forget the glitches of Mass Effect Andromeda. Ugh, the cringe is real, ladies and gentlemen. The cringe. Yeah, Zelda has nothing to do with the failure of Mass Effect. If anything, EA has a lot more to do with the failure, but hey, that's just an opinion, and I could be wrong, so I would love to hear yours in the comment section below. I'm AR's Protomario, and I'm signing out. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you go ahead and leave me a thumbs down and tell me why. And I will be seeing you guys in the next episode of News You Missed. I'm on the road to 1 million subscribers, so you can click that subscribe button if you want to help me get there and accomplish a dream I've had for a very long time. I'll see you guys later. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take it away, Card Slate.